And I'm back at Kuala Lumpur International Airport's Terminal 1. After our cancelled flight the previous day, where KLM Royal Dutch Airlines provided us with free hotel accommodations, I'm off to take another of their compensation where they booked me on the Malaysia Airlines flight that leaves from the same terminal. Traveling by business class, check-in was seamless and very quick, and I was shortly on my way towards immigration. And once cleared, I headed off to find Malaysia Airlines' newly renovated Golden Lounge located at the satellite terminal. But before I got there, I just had to slow down to savor the sight of huge replicas of commercial aircraft on display. For airline enthusiasts, these model planes are candies for the eyes. Now if only I can bring one of these model planes home. As much as I wanted to stay a bit longer, I just had to stick with my agenda, to visit the newly renovated Golden Lounge at the satellite terminal, which requires a bit of walking and a train ride to get there. Yup, there's an aero train that connects the main terminal to the satellite terminal. This 3-car driverless train can carry about 250 people, and the trip from one terminal to the other only takes about 2 minutes. Now this is KLIA-1's satellite terminal. It's smaller but has lots of shops and cafes nonetheless. Now I found out that Malaysia Airlines Golden Lounge is located at the 2nd level, and it's not that difficult to find. I was expecting a lounge with a capacity of about 200 seats, but when I got to the entrance, it somewhat gave me an idea that this place is bigger than what I had in mind. Moreover, the place has amenities such as prayer rooms and shower rooms, and a separate area where people can enjoy alcoholic drinks. Once inside the Golden Lounge, I was impressed with the setup. The place has plenty of seats, with areas good for groups and individuals who prefer some privacy and a bit of silence that can go along with taking a nap. What's more, the lounge offers a wide selection of dishes ranging from salads and cheeses to chilled fruits and yogurt, and onto hot meals, where you can get to choose between baked beans, hash browns, dim sum, chicken rendang, and onion sambal. For passengers who have enough time to spare and are not in a rush, they can avail of more food options which are cooked to order. This lounge truly gives a spacious and modern feel, and it's open 24/7. It's also surprising to know that this place can even get packed during peak hours. So I find myself kind of lucky to have visited this place while it's all peace and quiet. After my stay at the Golden Lounge, I worked my way back to the main terminal via the Aero train. Now it's a short walk to our assigned gate where I made it just in time for boarding. I'm excited to experience flying Malaysia Airlines again for the 3rd time. Flying in business class, I'm one of the first to board. I'm lucky to be greeted with the freshest smile the crew member can give as I stepped inside the aircraft. Now while the cabin isn't filled up by passengers just yet, I take the time to get some shots of the business class section, what's happening outside, and how it looks like in coach as I walk my way to make a quick visit at the rear galley. Now this is what you'll find in this 737's economy class section. Reddish-brown leather seats with each one having a small video screen for entertainment. Meanwhile, before I settle in business class, let's take a quick peek at the overwings exit row window as the other passengers are already coming in to board this flight. Now here at the business class section, we have large blue leather seats with bigger personal screens, with blankets and huge pillows along with generous legroom for that extra comfort. Once in my seat, I soon began to check what's in my seat pocket, and first thing I find is a menu for business class. Since I had enough nasi lemak during my stay in Kuala Lumpur, I thought of getting the rice noodles and prawns with pink guava to go along with it. The menu and all other reading materials are placed in a clear packet, where I also find this aircraft's laminated safety card, an air sickness bag, and Malaysia Airlines in-flight magazine Going Places. Now I'm gonna scan through it once we're airborne. For now, let me savor that time while this flight is going through preparations for departure. We were soon given welcome drinks and headsets for use during flight, along with a free international roaming SIM card that we can use in about 150 countries.
We're offered hot towels here in business class and some drinks. Apple juice. This is Sayad.
Hi.
Yeah, I added him on Instagram. Add him on Instagram.
Not too long and our aircraft is pushed back from the gate and we were rolling off to the runway in no time. Once seatbelt signs off, crew members began setting up our tray tables and preparation for in-flight meals. From there, we were asked about our choices from the selections in the menu, which was then served on top of a crisp white linen placemat. To top it off, we enjoyed a little entertainment through conversations with the flight manager, who had a few stories to share as he served our meals along with generous pouring of fruit juices. More to that, a selection of bread rolls and pastries were offered to add into our breakfast, all provided by our friendly cabin crew, Alexia. Even she too has some stories to share, that we felt relaxed through the attention she provided.
You're also the pilot? Hi, hello, safe flights. There, this is so what's happening right now? They're eating already.
Yeah, they're just eating.
Is it true that pilots cannot have the same meals?
Yeah, they cannot
For
have
safety.
the same meals.
Why is that?
For safety reasons.
So just in case this food is spoiled.
Yeah, true.
In Malaysia, is it really tough to become a cabin crew?
Sorry?
Is it really tough to become a cabin crew? You really have to be very beautiful.
No, I don't. There's its own requirements, so yeah.
Because in the Philippines, you have to be this tall.
Yeah, the requirements is we have to be 158 centimeters.
You have to be a college graduate.
Not
Not
really.
really.
Yeah, you have to have credit in SPM.
What's that?
It's like after you finish school, then you have your results.
Oh, okay. So you have to. So, what about training? Is it really tough?
Yeah.
How long does it last? I mean, months?
4 months.
4 months?
Yeah.
That's long.
4 months,
Okay.
yeah.
And then you started off flying domestic routes first.
No, we
International?
both international and domestic, yeah.
Because in the Philippines, you have to fly for a few years. You have to fly domestic first before you get to
I
the
see.
international.
It's like AirAsia.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
To be honest, I've heard a few negative things about Malaysia Airlines' cabin service that I tried to avoid flying this airline. But what I've witnessed today, I've had wonderful conversations with crew members, saw their attentiveness to passengers even in economy, that I thought that this airline isn't so bad. And with my flight here in business class, I tried to enjoy my time exploring the seats and all the space I have, beginning with the armrest and tray tables. Yup, if you're flying business class, you'll most probably find your foldable table here. Next, I get to test a few buttons, with one of them functioning as control for this seat's leg rest. And the other button, well, that's to get my seat to recline. We have about an hour and a half to go before we get to Jakarta, that I continue to observe and explore the space I have inside this Boeing 737 aircraft. While most passengers are asleep, I continued to explore my seat's function some more, trying to see how far my seat would recline, along with stretching out with all the space I have in the bulkhead. As well as testing the controls for my in-seat entertainment system. Though they have huge pillows and wrap blankets available, I just didn't have use for it, as I didn't want to sleep off my remaining time aboard this flight. Rather, I decided to walk along the single-aisle aircraft to check the main cabin and see what's happening at this point in time. With crew members on break at the galley after their rounds, I decided to hang out at the back to get a panning shot of the entire economy class cabin. Minutes after trays have been collected from the in-flight meal service, most passengers try to catch up with some sleep in this early morning flight. It didn't take long and we were descending into Soekarno-Hatta International Airport in Jakarta, Indonesia. Crew members would soon come around to check on passengers to prepare them for landing. It's my first time to land here in Soekarno-Hatta International Airport, and my impression is I do like the structures outside as our plane passed by some of the airport's terminals, which somewhat gave a feel of arriving at a tropical resort. Soekarno-Hatta International Airport has 3 terminals to it, and we're arriving at Terminal 3, the newest one built with a modern design compared to other terminals. Our plane finally comes to a complete stop, and we're all set to disembark. Even when seated up front, I opted to deplane last just so I can talk to the crew members a bit longer to say thanks for the wonderful in-flight service they provided. Personally, I enjoyed my flight with Malaysia Airlines today, but I don't feel hesitant to fly with them next time. And so this is Indonesia's premier airport. I've always dreamt of setting foot in Indonesia, and it's a dream come true for me to get to visit this place. I'm fortunate to arrive in Terminal 3 as I get to experience passing through the hallway of this new building created with local architecture in mind, incorporated with contemporary modern design. Walking from the gate onwards to immigration may involve long walks, depending on which gate your plane parks. For the physically challenged, there's an airport buggy that you can hop onto for free to get you to immigration quickly.
Alright, so we passed through immigration and we're off to baggage claim. So I got my passport stamped with Indonesia.
I find myself passing through the baggage claim area, which has the effect of being spacious, also brought about by high ceilings. It's a big airport indeed. Soon after, I pass through customs with nothing to declare, and the next thing I know, I'm at this airport's arrival hall with a new agenda: to find a money changer to convert my cash to local currency. There are lots of them nearby, so no need to worry. What's next is I needed to find a place to wait, as travel buddy and blogger Owen Velasco will be arriving in Jakarta on a different flight. After that, it was time to meet longtime subscriber and celebrity chef Kiki Cheria, who introduced us to a wonderful variety of Indonesian dishes for dinner.
Okay, we're here now at having dinner with Kiki Cheria.
Hi.
He's a chef here in Singapore, in Indonesia. Jakarta. So we're having a good time here. We're being introduced with the food here. This one is
This one is lontong cap gome. Lontong is like firm rice, so they topping with egg or something vegetable and beef, tofu or chicken. People eat this when after celebrate we call the Chinese New Year.
Okay.
After celebrate Chinese New Year, people eat this one.
Alright. And that one,
This one,
This one, yeah.
This is the famous nasi kuning. Some people in Indonesia celebrate everything, birthday, born day or something with nasi kuning. Sometimes shaped like triangle. This one nasi kuning. So
is
many.
there a food that you eat after making love?
Yeah, can. Can.
Okay, Owen has.
I don't have ayam taliwang. This is from Lombok. Yeah.
Okay.
Be careful with the
Chili.
It's so spicy. This is from Lombok. Adapt with from Bali with the skewers.
Okay, this one is the skewers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anyhow, when you're in Indonesia, just give these meals a shot. It's worth a shot. Hindi lang siya typical Hong Kong Chinese food or Singaporean food. This one, talaga okay. Talaga na food. Yeah. So, yeah. So from Indonesia, thank you very much for watching our travel vlog.
Bye.